What are the most devastating anime deaths? Now this is a question that is more personal than when you really think about it. Or personal to who? Because trying to get the audience heavily invested in a side character is no easy task, but there are countless examples of this. Most of it's done through the characters that are written and animated to experience grief, and sometimes anime is the perfect medium to reflect their own emotions. Welcome back, it's been a while. I'm Dusk. You probably remember me from such shorts as weird anime you've never heard of, or games that don't hold up well. Today we're not just talking about any anime deaths, but the ones that had consequences, whether it be mental anguish for the protagonist, or the fate of an entire planet. That actually happens quite a lot. These deaths change the course of the series they're a part of. Kamina, Gurren Lagann. Yes, right on episode 6, our co-protagonist is killed off. The shining light that led the human resistance back to the surface fights till he succumbs to his injuries, leaving Simone to take responsibility for the lives of everyone and leading the audience through the rest of the series, which is as bad as putting an introvert as the main actor in the movie. He's the exact opposite of the fearless, optimistic Kamina. Simone then spends the next episode in a deep depression, until he meets his future wife, Nia. Even Kamina is referenced when the group is looking for the motivation to keep going, making sure the audience knows despite the fact he died so young, he's irreplaceable. Flay Oster, Gundam Seed. The unexpected death of sociopath Flay left our hero Kira Yamato just devastated, because he could have easily prevented it with his advanced abilities as a new type. Coordinator. It's a lesson that all Gundam pilots unfortunately have to learn the hard way. All he had to do was not let his guard down for a few extra seconds, which tends to happen a lot in anime. I'm beginning to see a pattern, but you see the guilt from this just overcome Kira, even if her ghost says it's okay. It's also sad to see Flay's ex-side not looking so torn about seeing her being blown to pieces right in front of him.
Well, before we celebrate, I'll tell you the rest of my thoughts on the Kira case.
El Laliette, Death Note. Yes, that is his real name, and I said there will be spoilers. When reaching the death of El in the manga or anime, it's completely unexpected. As being the greatest detective, he was always able to stay steps ahead of the mad genius Light Yagami, even being suspicious of Light acting as Kira the whole time, mostly due to the evidence of the first killings and Light standing out like a sore thumb compared to all his classmates in his geographical location, even confirming his suspicions as he fell dying. With the death of El, the killings of the criminals continued for years, causing a new era in which Light had no equal to oppose him. Spike Spiegel, Cowboy Bebop. Bittersweet is the only way to describe this one. There's a reason why Cowboy Bebop is regarded as one of the best anime series of all time. It's not bubbly or over the top, the tone is mostly somber when exploring the past. Aside from the space battles and fight sequences, this one is pretty realistic. There's poverty and starvation, with people just living day by day. We follow Spike as he aloofly walks through his new life as a bounty hunter, with each mission somehow bringing him closer to the past he so desperately tried to forget, claiming to have already died, and by the end he can no longer run. With the emotional strain of reconnecting with Julia only to have her taken away again by some random syndicate member, he aims to take out the organization and Vicious himself. Of course, being reckless through the whole series, Spike is wounded again, but this time after one last smile, he collapses and doesn't get up. The scene slowly rises to the atmosphere above, and we see Spike's star finally going out, confirming his passing. It's an ending that could not have happened any other way. I almost forgot to mention Kaito from Chance Pop Session, who gets hit by a truck while saving a child from being squished. Then Akari has this really cool song where she flies around with his ghost that's kinda creepy, not so consequential, but completely unexpected from this idol series. These anime deaths have always stuck with me. With any piece of media that makes you feel something, it's what good storytelling should do. I'm curious to know what are some other anime deaths you'll always remember. I really do like reading all the comments I've been getting. It's like hanging out with friends on a giant group text. Thank you to everyone watching the shorts. If you want to keep up to date with the channel, subscribe because I have a lot more coming. And I'll see you in the next video. Kaito?